Welcome back guys, this is Shrikant. Now we are going to understand the aggregate. Aggregate are very important when we work on the real data set. For example, if we are working for an organization and we are maintaining data for employee and for the auditing purpose, if company wants some data that how much amount we pay to employee, how much amount they receive through the salary or some bonuses, then how do we do that, right? We have our employee data, we have our employee salary data into a table, but those data are not be in a specific format or which auditor or the which people need it, right? So we need to frame the data on the top of the raw data and we need to give it to the auditor or the respective department where we can share those data, right? So aggregates are very important. This is just an example, but sometimes let's say we have a lot of rows and we have some year data into the table and we need to find out the max year. So we need to go for the max value. And if I want to find out the latest date, if we have the date column, we can also go for the max. Also, if we want to find out how many rows are there into my table, then we need to go for the count. A lot of things, right? So aggregate are very important. So that's why I have chosen topic called as aggregate. Let's go to the query. So to understand the aggregate, I'm going to do what? I'm going to create a new table. Create table my ag. I'm giving as AD as ID, then salary. I'm not making it more complicated, just trying to make it as simple as it. Salary, I'm making it as a money as I want to store it into the money format. Then run it. Now the table has been loaded, so just insert data into the table. So how would do that? How would do that? Just go to the table, then go to the myag, just do the right click as I shown in my earlier video. Then edit top 200 rows. We'll add some data. One ID is employee ID is one. Then data is two. Employee ID is two. Data is 300. 3000 is three. Any random dummy data. Select it. Execute. I have 8 rows. Now come back here. Run the data. Run the table. See. Select star from my G. I can see here rows. How many rows? 5 rows. Fine. Okay. Now we are going to talk about aggregate. So if you want to go for the aggregate, you need to use a group by clause. Group by clause is used for the aggregation. So then here you need to pass the main column on which you want to do aggregate, right? So here main column, then you need to use the same main column here, then the aggregates column, aggregate function, add function, and the column name. So you can use a multiple one. So here in this is we just have the one. I'm ID. So here I'm passing the ID, the ag function. So we have a few aggregate function. I'm going to tell you. For example, sum. This is one function. Then max. Then average. Then count. Then min. So likewise, we do have a few aggregate function, right? So what you need to do, you need to just replace sum or any, because I want a sum, so I'm replacing it with a function. Then salary. Yes. Just select the query, run the query. Now you'll see the aggregates. Okay. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay. Again, I'm going back to the table. Here I'm adding the same entry for 8 with 5,000 some. This is random, just for understanding. 2 two rows with 8, and again I am running the query. I can see here the 8 would appear a single one, but the number is get aggregated. So this is by sum. If I want to say mean, what happened? Just try to understand the function mean. Just you'll get the minimum salary group by ID. If we'll say simply group by ID, we did it. And if you want to find out for the entire table, so you don't need a group by in that case. You simply say mean of salary. Now the minimum salary from this table I can see is 2000. Sum of salary for the all employee I can say 16, right? Max of salary from all the list of the people we have given is 8,000, right? Then if I want to find out the count of row, means the number of row inside this table, so I can simply say count of salary, or you can simply use a count of star. For counting you can use star, but if you still use any column, it doesn't matter, nothing will change. Let's say I'm going to use for the salary. Hope you guys enjoyed related with the aggregation function. This is very easy and we'll talk about in more complicated way in coming session. As I'm trying to prepare you guys for the TSQL part, so taking some important concepts. So you people will face no, you will not face more problem. You will enjoy basically while working with the TSQL programming. And thanks for watching. If you guys like our video, please don't share and subscribe. And thanks for watching.